When you have a vacant property, one of the most important things you want to do is get it rented quickly to a good quality tenant. Well, I'm Tucker Robbins with White Robbins Property Management, and these are a couple of things that I recommend everybody do before they get that property rented. We want to go as fast as we can, I get that, but we also want to make sure we get it right. So number one is rekey the property. Now, state law does not require you to rekey a property between tenants, which it should, quite frankly. Best practices, however, says you do this, because if you don't rekey the property and somebody gets access after a new tenant moves in and it was proved that you did not rekey, you could be in a liability situation. So best practice, even though it's not the law, is yes, rekey all the locks in the property after the prior tenant has moved out and before the new tenant moves in from a safety and security issue. It's going to cost you a few bucks, but it's got to be done. Number one. Number two, everything in the home needs to be functioning as designed, and that's important. So what this means, if you've got a stove, you can't say 3 of the 4 burners work, the 4th burner doesn't work. It's never worked. That's ever been a problem for me. I've been living in the house, but I'm okay with it. It's not going to work. Everything's got to be functioning as designed. If it's there, you must maintain it. Or if you say, for example, we've got blinds in the back and 3 of them don't actually turn when you turn the little knob, but it's okay. The rest of them turn, so that's okay. No, that's not okay. Why? Because the tenant's not going to like it. You've got to have everything functioning as designed in the property. If you provide it, you must maintain it. Some of that has to do with new Delaware warranties of habituality laws, but as far as I'm concerned, you must provide what you must maintain. And other than that, it has to do with some of the best practices to attract good quality tenants. So everything's got to be functioning. If there's a lock on the door, it needs to turn. Everything's function as designed. Number 3, clean is a big deal. Clean can go a long way. If you've got a low-income property with no features and no real benefits, you think, gosh, there's not a lot to this. How can we attract new tenants? We don't have much to offer. Well, is it clean? Because people want clean properties. The emphasis cannot be overstated on this. Make sure the thing sparkles. Hotel room clean. It's got to impress people. When they walk in, it's got to sparkle. Send in a professional cleaner. Your definition of clean may not be a hotel definition of clean, but make sure it sparkles like a hotel room does. Not a Holiday Inn. All right, number 4. Have it 100% rent ready, 100%. And this is hard because we want to start showing early, and I understand that. However, applicants don't have a good imagination. So if they walk into a property and you say, well, this room is going to be painted and the carpet is going to be cleaned in this room or even replaced in this room, this just hasn't been cleaned yet. You've lost a potentially good applicant. Why? Because they don't have imaginations. They can't see beyond the dirt. You got to make sure it's rent ready. What you want to be able to say to an applicant is, hey, Mr. Applicant, what you see is what you get. This is it. Another reason this is important, because what you don't want is for you to promise something's going to be done. For example, let's say these walls are going to be repainted and the person applies and they move in and then they're upset and they say, you said these walls are going to be repainted blue. No, I just said that the walls are going to be repainted and it's kind of a off brown color. No, you said everything's going to be repainted. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Now you've got unmet expectations. You want to be able to say what you see is what you get. And the reason all these things are so important is simply the statement, and this is true, the quality of a property is directly proportional to the quality of an applicant, and a tenant will attract, that the property will attract. It will only attract low quality tenants if it's not in good shape. High quality tenants attract. High quality properties attract high quality residents. If you're a clean freak, There's no way that you're going to rent a property that's dirty. You're just not going to do it. You absolutely won't. And you want to attract those kinds of people. Therefore, you want the property to be rent ready. And you say, well, it's okay if the person is okay with the dirty property. Well, that's not who you want in the property. To attract the best applicants and residents, you need to have the best quality properties in place. Hopefully that helps a bit. If you need any more questions or need any more answers, feel free to give us a call. We are more than happy to discuss you or make recommendations. We actually have a document. It's kind of a rent-ready document. We're happy to share that with you if you'd like. Give us a call, White Robins Property Management. Make sure your property is rent-ready and ready to go at the time that you start advertising. That's how you're going to find the best tenants. That's how you're going to keep the best tenants, minimize your vacancy, and it just makes the whole process smoother for everybody.